The Lions Club are in the house. President Sean Glennon and Lioness Christine Cedrone are here. Hey, welcome you guys. Good to see you both.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to get an update from the club. Such an active organization, Sean. You're president now for, this is your second year?
First year as Lion.
First year as
Lion president,
Okay.
But member of the club for 15 years.
Oh, is that all?
Past treasurer, so yeah, first time as president, hopefully
Yeah.
not again for a while.
It's a big
It's a
responsibility.
lot of work, but
Yeah.
it's fun.
I'm sure, yeah. Christine, have you been a Lion?
22 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
one of the longer serving members, I bet.
Well,
Yeah.
I think there's members that have served a great deal longer than that, believe it or not.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Too close to 50.
Is that right?
And yeah, and
Yeah.
one just passed 50 this
Wow, wow.
past fall.
How old's the club now, Sean?
84 years as
Okay.
of past January.
One of the oldest,
Yeah.
would you say?
One of the oldest around here, anyway. The club, Lions Clubs International, started in 1916.
Mm.
We were established in 1941. So there are a few
Yeah.
before us, but with 84 years strong, and certainly in Quincy.
And going strong, too,
Absolutely,
right?
yeah, it's been
membership's
a-
gone up, right?
It's been a banner year. We just installed our 14th new member of the year this past week, which,
Yeah.
I mean, 15 new members in 1 year.
That's
It's
amazing.
really kind of
It's
unheard of.
amazing.
And it's only March.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
Actually, my goal for the year was 17, which would get us to 83 for the sort of celebration of the 83rd year.
Yeah.
We had a few drops, so we might be a little bit short of that, but still on track to get 17 for the year, which is amazing.
That seems super. Yeah,
Yeah.
super. How does one become a member, seeing as we're on the topic?
Well, we'd love to have people come to a meeting. We invite people to come to a meeting just to kind of experience what it's like
Sure.
to come. But it's a very simple process. If anybody wants to join, they can just speak to a current member. Happy to talk to them if they want to send us an email or a phone call, visit the website and get our information there. Happy to answer any questions anybody might have.
Where and when do you meet?
We meet on the second Wednesday of the month. And that does change year to year depending on what the club wants to do. But this year it's the second Wednesday at 5:30 at the Common Market. We have a nice dinner beforehand and then our business meeting, usually with a guest speaker to follow.
Okay, very good. I saw a couple of pictures in the local paper not too long ago about some Lion accolades.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
we just had
That was
the
shocking.
Midwinter Conference in Dedham, which was a phenomenal event. So it's a district-wide event, and
Yeah.
Quincy received a few awards, which were unexpected and phenomenal. We received a site award from Mass Lions Research
That's great.
Foundation, which we've provided a lot of money to that organization in recent years. Christine received a certificate
Yeah.
of appreciation from the international president of the organization,
Wow.
which is
Yeah, I was-
there are not many of those.
Yeah,
I tell you
it's pretty
that
shocking, but
Congratulations.
great
and
honor.
then of course Sean received the Melvin Jones Award, which is again another very prestigious award.
Yep.
So we really we really
You
took
cleaned
the,
up.
took the night down. Yeah.
They cleaned up
It was
from the
pretty
awards.
amazing, yeah.
Well deserved, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's certainly a great organization.
Oh,
Very
without a
active, that
doubt.
gives back so much to the community in a quiet. We talked about this before, Sean, in a kind of a quiet way. You don't get a lot of bells and whistles for the Lions Club, but
Yeah.
without it, a lot of organizations would suffer.
Yeah, and we try to, it's kind of a tightrope act because we want to just give back to the community, but not, really, we don't want to exaggerate it or,
understand.
pat ourselves too much on the back. But at the same time, want to raise awareness and raise membership, too, to be able to give back and expand the base.
Yeah, so give a couple of, I guess, examples of how the
Well,
Lions Club
for
helps the
service,
city.
actually, I'd
Yeah.
love to turn over to Christine. Because
Okay.
she's our
Sure.
service chair.
So I've been the
this year.
service chair for the last 2 years,
Okay.
and we are now walking in the Flag Day Parade every year.
Yes.
We partnered with the city of Quincy to do ice screenings twice a year. We were
Yes.
already doing it once a year. So we are actually on this Saturday, we have an ice screening at the Kennedy Center from 9 to 12.
Okay.
No appointment necessary,
Which
just
is great.
come.
Yeah.
And I have received some calls about that. So it's great. People are seeing it, they're coming. We've actually saved some pretty intense eye issues by screening people
Yep.
and letting them know they need to go see their eye doctor. In fact, not this past pancake breakfast, but the one before, a woman came in with very, very high glaucoma issues. Her pressures were extremely high, and she went right from there to Mass Eye and Ear.
Seriously.
Emergency room. So, it's invaluable, the services that we provide. And, not only that, but we do a lot of service projects too. We do the Quincy Access TV talking bulletin board.
Certainly, yeah.
We also assist anyone that needs glasses. We're happy to assist with that. We set up an eye exam and we get them glasses. So if that's ever a need, we're very happy to help.
Okay. Now, at the iMobile event tomorrow, members of the club will be actually doing the screenings, right?
yes.
Yeah.
In fact, I actually at our last meeting asked if anybody wanted to learn how to use the equipment
Mm-hmm.
to just show up, so we could show people how to use it.
Okay, all right. And is it for any age, Christine? Is it for
Any
children as
age.
well?
The children's vision screening is a little bit different,
Oh, okay.
so we do those in the schools
Oh, okay.
now.
All right.
But if someone shows up, we can do it. We can
Okay.
do it, but it's definitely not the same as an adult screening.
Gotcha.
Just my own past experience with my daughter, you
Yeah.
can't, when someone can't read, you can't ask them to look at the letters on the screen. So, you have to be more, just look at other outside sources like what shape is this, that kind of
Okay.
thing.
All right. So that's part of the training, right?
Yes.
You go through. Is there only one iMobile in Massachusetts? Do you
No.
know?
So District K has an iMobile, and then there are other districts that have similar, but not that big of an iMobile. They have like little vans.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So there are other vans that are available that we can reach out to if we need to.
Okay. And are they all Lions Club
Yes.
supported? Really?
100%.
Yeah, that's a great service.
It's an amazing service.
It is, and it's so critical, as you mentioned, to catch issues early, sight issues early
Yes.
in life, to address them before they become something more serious, right?
It's really something like you go to the dentist every year. You really should go to your eye doctor every
Yeah,
year.
you really should. I know, and I'm guilty of not doing that myself. But we're here today to talk about your Evening for Sight fundraiser. It's a big gala coming up Tuesday, April 8th, 6 to 9 p.m. up at the Terrell Room. And this is an annual event, John, right?
It is an annual event.
Yeah. Is this the biggest, would you say the biggest?
Absolutely.
It is?
It is, yes, the biggest event that we have for the year. We were here in October to celebrate the Pancake Breakfast.
Yeah.
We appreciate the advocacy for that. We raised almost $6,000 from that event.
Excellent.
Uncle Sam Roundsville has been a longtime member, had a birthday celebration in November, donated the proceeds of that. That was another $9,000. So we're at $15,000 coming into this event, which this is by far the biggest event of the year. I'm extremely pleased to report that we're already 22% over last year's sponsorships
Excellent.
total. So
Yeah.
we're kind of on track to raise $50,000 this year just at this event.
50,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
Which is
event alone,
amazing.
which would be a absolutely a
Huge
it
win.
would be a huge,
Yeah.
yeah, it would
Yeah.
be breaking some records on this one. We are thrilled to be honoring General Joseph Dunford with the Francis X. Macaulay Community Service Award. Frank was a longtime member, obviously four-term mayor of Quincy.
Right.
But he was a Lion, through and through, and so we established this award in 2010
Okay.
in his honor, and so General Dunford will be our honoree this year. What can I say about the General that people don't already know? I mean, he
There's
was-
the good general. right
yeah,
there.
a former Commandant of the United States Marine Corps, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff for 4 years, and just a remarkable individual. But what's even more remarkable is that after retiring, he didn't just sail off into the sunset, which
No.
nobody would have blamed him for,
Right.
but he went on to, chair the Adams Presidential Center
Yes.
Board of Directors. He's the chair of an organization called the Semper Fi in America's Fund, which cares for our nation's critically wounded and ill veterans, their family members with wraparound services. He teaches at Harvard and Georgetown, and he's just so involved. I don't know how he does it. We reached out to him this past summer to first of all ask if he would accept this
Right.
award. He said yes, which was great, but then finding a date that he was available, was kind of in April. He's so busy.
Yeah.
But it's wonderful that we can recognize him. So honored that he accepted this award, and Frank himself was a Navy veteran, and so to have that tie even to the military is phenomenal. It's just
Yeah.
really all coming together.
How does the club determine who wins the award, and is it given out every year?
It is every
It
year.
is.
We had a couple years during the pandemic that we had to.
Oh.
We weren't able to meet,
Sure.
so we didn't have those 2 years. But it's something we do have a committee that will talk about candidates. And
Yeah.
last year we honored Dan Quirk. Dan was our visionary sponsor, coming in at $10,000. He's that again this year. He's our
Okay.
visionary sponsor. So he's been a huge partner of our organization. But names come up every year, and the committee will discuss them.
I see.
And General Dunford was a unanimous decision,
Okay.
as was Dan Quirk last year.
Okay. So tell me about that night, the Evening for Sight. What'll be happening?
Well, we have a great dinner, plus the speaking program. We have a band that will be coming. We have raffles, silent auction, a wine pull, which is pretty fun, and a bunch of guests that will come and help us celebrate. But it's just a great, fun evening, and
It's a lot of
raising
fun.
money at the same time. It's what more could you want?
No,
It's a
really,
blast.
it's really a fun.
And it's for the public, right? This is
Absolutely.
for the public, yeah.
Absolutely. We do anticipate a full crowd this year, so tickets will not be available at the door. Folks need to register in
Oh.
advance, but tickets are $75 for an individual.
Okay.
There are sponsorship opportunities available, and depending on the sponsorship levels, there are complimentary tickets that come with that.
Oh,
So
okay.
we'd encourage
All right.
people to visit the website, QuincyLionsClub.com.
Yep.
You can fill out a form there or send it in. If any questions, again, contact me.
Okay.
And the website has the details there, but Quincy Lions Events at gmail.com is sort of the specified
Email.
events email for this particular
Okay.
event. Yeah.
But just reach out to a Lion, any Lion.
Any
Any line will
I'm
know, yeah,
sure,
absolutely.
has tickets. How many folks do you expect?
At least 150.
Wow,
or-
okay.
Yeah,
All right,
which is
excellent.
more than last year.
Oh, yes.
as
Is
well.
that right?
And last year, we actually had to put 2 tables up we didn't expect.
That's a nice problem
Yeah,
to
it
have.
is, yes.
right?
So there's 20 other people that we didn't expect coming to the door. So.
Ah, very nice.
Yeah.
Are the funds raised from this event geared to anything in particular in the community?
They will go towards, well, first and foremost, it will be our sort of our designated events, our local charitable organizations. So, for example, like the students programs that we sponsor, whether it's the essay contest, the speech contest, the scholarships that we provide. We usually do
Yes.
$4,000 in scholarships. I'd love to
That's
increase
great.
that
Okay.
this year. And then beyond that, there are sort of district-wide events. So the Mass Lions Live Research Foundation, the Lions Clubs International Foundation, those are more of the Lions Club related events.
And also the District K iMobile. So, all the Lions Club help raise funds to keep that going as
Okay.
well.
All right. So that's
As well as
good.
local nonprofits as well. We tend to support groups like Father Bills of Mainspring and QCAP and Interfaith Social Services. And
Yep.
those
Salvation
types-
Army.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. There's so many great social service organizations
Yes.
in the city. It must be hard sometimes to determine who to help, right?
It's very
or,
difficult.
or
It
how
is
to help them.
difficult.
Yeah.
But again, it's a good problem to have.
Well,
In fact, there's so
exactly.
many great organizations
Yeah.
that we want to be able
yeah,
to support.
absolutely. Do you coordinate with other Lions clubs in the area at all for larger regional type projects?
Well, I mean, yes.
Yeah.
There's we call it a K Club, so District K. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
the K Crew, as they call it.
K
so,
Crew, okay.
For instance, if we have an event and we need more people, we'd reach out to the K Crew. Everybody that wants to belong to that throughout the entire district can
Oh.
just add their name to it. And if you're available, just come on down and help.
Okay. All right. Very good. Now, do you expect General Duffer to make any announcements or speeches that evening?
Well, he'll come up and when he accepts the award, we'd ask him to say a few words. But
Yeah.
one thing that I'm very excited about this year, and I want to thank, I appreciate the board's supporting this in advance, is that we've made a commitment to take a portion of proceeds and donate it to the Semper Fi in America's Fund
Oh.
in honor of
In honor
the
of-
general, in his name.
Yeah.
And that's something we're very excited to be able to present to him that night. The amount is to be determined,
Yes.
but I think it will be a pretty good number based on what we've raised so far.
That's really nice. Is there an actual award, like a physical Frank McCauley Service
absolutely.
Award?
Yep,
There
yep.
is?
We have a plaque
Okay.
that we give out every year, and hopefully he'll probably display that for other folks to see.
I am sure. How do folks get more information about this event and about Lions in general?
So again, it would be QuincyLionsClub.com
Yep.
would be the way to go. You can find information, obviously, about the club there, but then also links to the district and then Lions Clubs International. There's information right there on the website and the main page about the event itself. There's the cover letter and then the sponsor reply form, which is the same form to use for individual tickets. So that's
Okay.
probably the best way to go. And again, Quincy Lions Events at gmail.com is our events
And-
email.
You're a nonprofit, 501c3, so donations are tax deductible.
Absolutely.
Something to note as well. And it's not just for Quincy folks, right?
Yeah.
I also noticed that just because it says Quincy Lions Club, don't have to be from Quincy.
No.
No,
definitely not.
nor do the sponsors need to be from Quincy.
So is there still opportunity for sponsorship?
Oh, absolutely.
There is,
Yep,
okay.
Yep. We have kind of a soft deadline of March 18th, just to make
Okay.
sure we can get things in the press, have those things printed, but
Yep.
would gladly take sponsorships up till that day, and,
Okay.
and would obviously mention it that night. So,
Of course.
and also there's post-event media that goes out, so there's really no deadline up until that event. We're happy
Okay. All right.
happy to take anybody's money if they'd like to donate to the event.
Is it typically held in April, Sean, the evening for sight?
Yeah, and it's worked out that way just to give us sort of some space, wait for the snow to melt, and again we've got the pancake breakfast in the fall
Yep.
and some other events that happen during the winter, the midwinter, and some other district events. We don't want to get in the way of that, so it's been
Sure.
typically in the spring the past several years.
Okay. What else is coming up for the club after this?
Well, after this, I'm glad to give the reins to the to the next
So the
president.
service, yeah,
Who's going to be,
absolutely.
so it'll be,
Yeah.
the installation will be in June, and so we're working on that now. The next year's executive committee and the board. So that's something I'm happy to plan so that I can hand it over to the next person. But no, but seriously, we're in great shape. We've had an awesome year.
Yeah.
It's actually gone by very quickly. I can't
Yeah.
believe we only have a few more
I know.
months left.
I have to give accolades to Sean. He's been an amazing president, very organized. It's been just really easy to work with.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, board meetings are great. So accolades to him. He's done an
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic job.
That's
this
great.
year.
Do you attribute anything to the increased membership? I mean, who are the folks that are finding the club and joining?
Well, I think Sean did a great job in reaching out and was able to get some new members. But I think it's just people are ready after a pandemic to kind of get back into the swing of things.
Yeah.
And you see more people getting involved in different activities that
Yeah.
didn't before. So.
Yeah, and also, something that has meeting locally, right? That
Yes.
that may maybe help their neighbors.
And,
even.
and the other thing too is that we meet at night. So we used to
Yeah.
meet during the day, and it seems to be the nighttime where people are able to come.
Oh, okay. So it's a convenience issue as
course,
well.
yeah.
Has social media had any impact on outreach that you've noticed, Christine?
I don't really think so.
Okay.
I think it's really word of mouth and just asking friends and family that you're dealing with, colleagues, business leaders.
Yes.
Just, it's more of a word of mouth.
Yeah. If there's a group or organization that would like to benefit from the Lions Club, can they reach out as well?
Oh, absolutely.
I would make a
Oh,
suggestion.
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
I don't know if they have a project that they're working on trying to fund, or a school group maybe that's trying to put
Yeah,
together
absolutely.
a educational trip or something.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
Reach out.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else we should let folks know about right now?
I can't think of any.
So-
So if you're interested in membership, again, we're always looking for new members.
Yeah.
If you want to come to a meeting and just kind of experience what that's like, we encourage people to come to those as well. Second Wednesday. April is going to be different because we have the Evening for Sight, so we will not meet in April, but
Right.
we'll go back to the regular schedule in May.
Okay.
And we do meet at the Common Market.
Okay. So, but again, the two most immediate things. First of all, the iMobile tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
At the
yes.
Kennedy Center, right from 9 to noon. No appointment necessary.
appointment.
About how long does a screening take, Christine?
I'd say it takes about 15, 20 minutes
Okay.
tops, yeah.
Okay, so plan for that. And then the Evening for Sight, again, is Tuesday, April 8th, 6 to 9 at the Terrell Room up on Quarry Street.
Yes,
The Lions, we serve.
we sure do. That's our motto. We serve is right.
Great to talk to you both. Thanks
You
for coming
too.
over.
Thanks for having
Thank you
us.
very much.
Our pleasure.